Have you ever just stopped and wondered how a simple string of words can tell a machine to create a piece of art that's, well, stunningly detailed? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We are deconstructing a real AI art prompt to see exactly how we get from plain text to a whole visual world. So, it all comes down to this one question, right? How do you actually direct a computer to create art? And I'm using that word direct very deliberately. You're not just a user typing in some words. Nope. You're a director, you're a casting agent, you're even a cinematographer. And your words, that's the script. All right, let's dive in. This right here, this is our script for today. This entire block of text is the complete set of instructions the AI is going to use to build a scene from absolute scratch. We're going to break it down piece by piece so you can see how every single word plays a vital role in what we get at the end. Okay, so first things first, before any director even thinks about shooting a single frame, they have to decide on the look and feel of their film. And it's exactly the same with AI prompting. So our first step is all about setting the style. Now, you might look at these terms and think, hey, aren't those all kind of the same thing? But they're not redundant at all. They actually layer on top of each other. Ultra-realistic and photorealistic, those are commands for the AI to just crank up the detail to the max. But cinematic photo and film still, those are the real storytellers. They're telling the AI, we're not just looking for some random snapshot. We're trying to capture a narrative. And this comparison just makes it so clear. A photo, it just captures a moment in time. But a film still, that instruction tells the AI to create an image that feels like it was ripped right out of a larger story. It means deliberate composition, professional lighting. It gives you that sense of what happened right before this and what might happen next. That one little phrase completely changes the entire creative direction. Okay, so we've established our style. We know the kind of movie we're making. What's next? Well, you need your actors, right? It's time for the second part of our prompt, casting the characters for our scene. So let's meet our leading man. The prompt is incredibly specific. 38-year-old, short, dark brown hair. But the real storytelling, it's in those subtle details. Light stubble could suggest a little bit of ruggedness. A faded brown jacket, that's not just a piece of clothing, is it? It implies wear, history, a life that's been lived. These aren't just data points, they're character notes the AI actually understands because it has learned from millions of images with similar descriptions. And next up, our leading woman. And again, every single word is doing so much heavy lifting. A messy bun gives you this sense of authenticity, Someone who isn't overly preoccupied with how she looks. And the phrase modest blue thrifted dress, wow, that's a masterstroke. The word thrifted instantly builds a backstory about her values, maybe her style. It's incredible. When you see the details laid out side by side like this, it really highlights the precision. The prompt clearly defines the age, ethnicity, and what they're wearing for both characters with this really clear parallel structure. This makes sure the AI gives equal, specific attention to each person, creating a balanced and really believable pair. So, style, check. Cast? Check. Now, where are they? A scene is nothing without a location. It's time for part 3, where we actually build the world around our characters. This instruction is so concise, but man, it's doing 3 critical things all at once. Diner interior, boom, we've got the location. Small, that word creates a feeling of intimacy, maybe even a little bit of tension. And standing together, that's not just a position. It defines their physical relationship. It tells us they are a unit. They're connected in this space. And now for the magic ingredient, natural cinematic lighting. This might be one of the most powerful phrases in the entire prompt. This isn't just asking for bright lights. No, it's asking the AI to think like a cinematographer, an expert who uses real-world light sources like windows or lamps to sculpt the scene, to use shadows to create depth, and to bring out a specific emotion. This is what turns a flat render into a living, breathing world. Okay, let's pull it all back together. We've broken down the style, the characters, the setting, and the lighting. We've seen how each piece works on its own. Now, let's just look at how they all assemble to transform these simple words into an entire world. So when you break it down, we basically followed a 4-step process, just like in filmmaking. Step 1, we set the style. That's the genre of our movie. Step 2, we defined our subjects. We cast our actors. Step 3, we created the setting. We built the set. And finally, step 4, we let the scene. And that's what gave our world its mood, its soul. Each step just builds so logically on the last one to create this single cohesive vision. In this whole process, it brings us to a really fascinating final thought. We've seen how a carefully constructed piece of text, a script, can generate a complex and, frankly, evocative image. So it kind of leaves us with this question. When the script itself is the art, who exactly is the artist?